Good evening. Okay, so I'm now recording. Marvelous. And I am in fact recording. Okay, let's go to 439. Come on, I want to go here. Okay. So, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get our aggressive expansion down. $1277. I just gotta wait 6 years before I can go to war with what? 6 years? Damn. Okay. That's probably normal. Yeah. And we're just integrating more now as well. I am recording, right? Anyways, I just had the hankering to go ahead and play this. And I have the next 2 days off. America needs a governor from that grieved family. I don't know how much I'll read everything. Let's increase our... And how long is our... I never asked. Or 5 years. Okay. We'll go ahead and increase our popularity. Basically, I just got the hankering to play this. Because I saw, other people playing, I saw one with Oran playing EU5, and that's just like, man, I'm gonna get in on this. I had a channel I rated. What happened? Okay, something happened. I have a governor for Parthia, I guess, or Parthia. I'll do you. But I had a person I rated complained that I don't have any, they didn't really complain, but they mentioned that I don't have any clips. So, if you're a viewer, feel free to clip me if you think there's something interesting that happens. That way, if I raid somebody, there's something to present. March of time. Age finds us all in the end. Even the priests and surgeons shake their heads when confronted with the inevitable decline of the human body, as Metius Entius is finding out. He may not have much time left. That was unfortunate. How long of an office? Land reforms. Maritime election reforms. Okay, so I do have the Princeps Civitatis. Next time I go to war, I would like to make myself the dictator and see if I can kind of start deifying rulers and things like that. Some new options. One of our researchers, Aquilia Secunda, thinks she's just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in the research she's currently working on. All this needs some supplies and funds for the next couple of years. To be able to get her hands on some of these, she has personally asked our consul, Metius Antius, if she can be given access to them. The rest of our researchers would certainly suffer if we make this move, but maybe it's worth it after all. We can start on some new funds because we have the scholar trait, intelligent trait. But Metius thinks he knows the solution. Plus 5%, plus 20% if we throw money at it. So let's do that. Let's do this person. Embezzler. Kikina Secunda has been caught red-handed using her status to make some particularly shady business deals. While punishment must be meted out, we must decide how severe it should be. Let's remove her from office and find somebody who is not corrupt. It may actually just be the same person. Oh well. But they're not corrupt. It doesn't make any sense if somebody is a supposed embezzler. Oh, alright. Why is that? What is this province in the middle of Gaul? Why haven't I noticed it until now? It seems these people are at war. Okay. Cool. Wait a second. Oh, please, no. So Carthage now has territory in Ireland. It's not the end of the world, but it's just like, why? You know, I'm just gonna move my navy over to Pompeii. Governor. Stadium deserted. It would appear that this year hardly anyone turned up to the Olympic Games, and the event had to be cancelled. The disappointment felt across the whole of Greece is palpable. Perhaps next Olympiad will be better? That is unfortunate. Excuse me. What's going on here? Oh, integration of Mornal. Our client Mornal has long upheld Roman ideals in a fair and even-handed manner. It is a matter of course, therefore, that their eventual integration into our state is be a cause for jubilation. The Mornal elite have been instrumental in facilitating this union, and many are hoping to find a place within our government. Xenophobia. Heated debates in the Senate are not common, especially where so many prominent members of society are involved. Lately, a wave of xenophobia has swept across Rome, resulting in foreign values being regarded with great distrust. All in attendance at today's debate agreed, however, that Boii Tertia crossed the line today when she accused Consul Metius of indulging in barbaric Ramarician practices. We can just go ahead and turn the other cheek. Or we could start seeing them as It's just, we're gradually assimilating everything, so just like, it's worrying over, you know, like a very obscure ethnicity. Festival with Marciana. Our friendly neighbor of Marciana has asked if we want to hold a religious festival with them to bring our two people together to get to know one another better. This would be a good chance to learn more about their nation and people, and perhaps grow the friendship between the two of us. Oh, let's get the political influence, by all means. Popular vote. Some politicians simply can't avoid consorting with the common folk. The ringleader of this rabble, however, one boy Tertia, we've seen her before, brings an interesting deal to the table. In return for the support of many of the deplorable populists, she would demand that we close an important route to our capital, thereby providing the local people with greater control over their own affairs. No, I'm not losing a trade route. We're just waiting until 1277. Celebration of the 5 years have passed since the completion of the Oracle of Nawikelis. No less celebrating. We could seize upon this spontaneous celebration and turn it into something official. Certainly let's support it. I kind of wonder if my controls of the volume of my computer affect the volume that you hear in the video afterwards. I'm not entirely sure. It's about another year before we can go to war again. Our truce with Carthage will run out. Okay, we need a military prefect. I'll do you. Nope. Get another truce, or sorry, another omen. Let's do hostile attrition. May. Yeah, just 2 more days. And the day after the truce ran out, we go to war. Fleet maintenance. What region is this? Asturia. get all that 200 right on there immediately. We should change this to this one. I'll go down here. Okay. Here. And go over here, okay. Oh, they have 19. Okay. It's a fair amount. Over there. Phrygia needs a governor who is from that aggrieved family. Scorned family, okay. Who are you? Ugh. I don't want to lose that. Stop them. Can't believe we were victorious. We're going to want to slow it down. The 326th Olympiad. Since the glorious days of mighty Heracles, the young men of Greece have, every 4 years, competed in the Olympic Games in order to win fame and fortune for themselves and glory for their nation. Held in Olympia, the Games are an opportunity for all in Greece to lay down arms, embrace and pay homage to their forefathers. As we control the ancient site of the Games, it is our duty to hold the Games this year. We should think carefully before proclaiming otherwise. Let us hold them. Let's get the rest of you to besiege them over here. There's the 1,000. Can go ahead and take their capital. Yeah, their capital. Okay. Ugh. Gross. Amazing that we're just gonna win that so easily. While being so outnumbered. And the stadium was deserted once again. Ugh. Oh my... Damn it. Let's just raise up some more levies to try and put this to an end. Another victory. That is good news. Let's go ahead and put this to a stop. We need a new governor in Ratia. Okay, good. Incendiary slave speaks in Calatis. A hot-headed slave with a talent for oration by the name of Arvins has been stirring up his fellow bondsmen in the city of Calatis. The local authorities have so far managed to keep the situation under control, but the brazen fool continues to hold forth the corruption and unfairness of the political system, with Mantius Antius receiving honorable mentions. The slave population of the entire province of Scythia has now heard of his exploits, and the city elites and slave owners are demanding immediate action to ensure the status quo is not disturbed further and any slave rebellion is crushed before it can be allowed to foment. So this is the guy. I don't want to lose political influence, so let's just go ahead and put an end to them. Okay, we got arthritis. Oh great, a mercenary army. Just for blockading them. Another victory. Let's head on up there. Sarmatia, Europa. Polymath, we'll pick you. Battle-hardened, they say that the most valuable lesson comes from defeat, like Heracles or Alexander. Colchius Indicius, Indicius, the Iberian, appears to be the exception to the rule. He is truly unstoppable. That's good news. Force march you. Have you all go up here. That should be good. Crap. Oh, they're hiring all these mercenary armies. They better not hire any mercenary armies over here at all. Marvelous. Okay. Let's get you up here. Oh. Conqueror. No longer will Colchius Indicidus, the Iberian, be known as the man of inaction. All people's friend or foe shall laud the name of Colchas, the Conqueror. Nice. Okay, we've annihilated several armies. Belgica needs a governor from that scorned family. Zealous. Oh good, our navy is capturing theirs. We lost 2 ships, they lost 82. Nice. Proclus falls ill. Proclus has sent word that he has fallen ill. Perhaps if he is wealthy enough, we could seek. If he is wealthy enough, he could seek treatment. Seek treatment. Let's get into the harbor over here. They lost 25 ships. Do they even have a navy? Holy crap. Trinovantia has really just retaken all that territory they lost. I'm amazed. Okay. I'm surprised. Now we can take over, and we have now completely conquered Carthage. The Carthaginian elite. After a protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Carthaginian armies and laid waste to their lands. During the sacking of their capital, Many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Carthaginian Edireme. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting whatever fate we decide to impose upon them. Banish those of class and put the rest of the sword. Brazen bowl of man, bronze Milo, tablets of Willianus, Chimera statue, Bendis figurine, Sibylline books. We moved to Rome. Man, we retook all of that. Okay, let's disband all of our levies. Absolutely incredible. Carthage is no more. Let's get you over to Greece. Where was it again that we want you? Yeah, over here. That should be good. And then we can decrease the pay. Crack Cantabria. Mountains of Cantabria make it the most naturally defensible land of Hispania. If we are to secure the northern coast, we must drive the cowards from their peaks. We have scattered the Cantabrian tribes, securing the most naturally defensible part of the peninsula in its rich minerals. With the north in our grasp, it will not be long before all Iberia bows to Roma, which already is. For Oiasso is the western gateway to Gaul. Let's go ahead and do that. We can finish the mission. Growth of Africa. Man, we're down to just 2 missions. Growth of Africa. Africa is a region under control with unrealized potential. We should send our administrators and procurators to this governorship to strengthen our hold over the area and grow the local economy. So let's just go ahead and do a peaceful mission. Thapsus, the metropolis. Let's turn this into a metropolis. Has farming settlements and all of its things. Settlement. Okay, so there's that. Have city status. All port territories in Carthage has city status. Okay. City. So we're just gonna make all the ports cities. Found a city. All the port territories are fortified as well. Okay, fort. Got 2 forts there. We're gonna need a fort here. Let's build a fort there. Yeah, and then wait until that becomes a city. Strengthens Thapsus. Fort letter and fort level. Okay. Let's build a fort. 2 tax office buildings. Okay, so tax office buildings. Granary of Africa. Need 2 granary buildings there. Port markets. 2 markets in each port. 2, 3, and you're not even a city. Okay. Regimental city or merchant. Training camp buildings versus marketplace. Importing horses. I'll wait on that. 1 foundry building. Growth of Thapsus, aqueduct, granary, and court of law. Aqueduct, granary, and court of law. Okay. Aqueduct, granary, and court of law. Alright, now just wait on all of that. You know what, I can increase the speed. Okay, we got another invention. Greece needs a governor. Inventions. I pretty much have everything except for the most useless inventions for religion. So let's go with civic. Oratory. Oh, I should have made myself dictator in the previous war. Okay. So let's do we ought to do a civic thing. Mercenary benefits. Rewarding mercenaries for the service as if they were our own veterans will attract greater numbers of foreign volunteers willing to accept less pay. Manpower recovery speed plus 10. 10% mercenary recruit cost minus 25%. Let's do that. Ah, nice. Carindium Civil War comes to an end. The bitter civil war of Carindunum has finally come to an end with the loyal forces of Erovistus Magunus utterly crushing the rebel armies led by Camarchus Epaticus and his scheming cohorts. The pitched battle of Wartia almost into the rebels' favor, however, a decisive maneuver by Erovistus Magunus won the day for the loyalists. The outcome of this war is largely irrelevant to us, as we do not consider Carindum as either a friend or enemy. Nevertheless, we ought to be careful now that their nation is on track to recovery. Okay, that's interesting. But we now have a mission objective done. Fruits of Zuguntia. Zugitana is one of the more fertile provinces of Africa. With the right support, its farms could feed the entire region. Granary of Africa. The growth of agriculture markets in Zugitana is quickly earning itself the nickname Granary of Africa. This is an ideal spot for a state food depot, a place where our armies can restock before going on long campaigns. Let's do that. So we're just waiting on this. Okay, so we're just waiting for them to get city status. Metropolis status. Okay. It's a new decade. It's now 527 AD. I don't know if Justinian the Great would be emperor by this time in real history. Let's see, can I change anything at all? Not really, no. Let's check out the ethnicities. Sarhustron. Yeah, we can't really do anything on that front. You can trade. Man, my ear. Okay, so we can go ahead, we can convert, and convert. Convert. Armorica, convert. Convert. Carnutia can convert. convert. Nerwia can convert this place as well. Katia. Parnia. Isoria. Kantia. And we've now hit the 100% territory. Amon can convert. We have a whole bunch of provinces that are 100% Hellenistic. Lycaonia. This place. Arabia. This place. Lana. Here. Ionia. This place. Phrygia. Caria. This place. Crete. South Phoenicia. Atara. Armenia. This place. Caucasia. As well as another province in Phrygia. Melitene. Where's Melitene? Oh, it's in Anatolia. This place. Samaria. Visitus. Okay. Now, what places are 100% Hellenic that can be assimilated? Troglodytia can be assimilated. Don't need any more troglodytes. Decapolis is 100% Hellenic. This place can be assimilated, as can this place. Judea is 100% Hellenic. There's no more Jewish people inside of Judea, at least no more religiously Jewish people, which I would like to see more. But, oh well. North Phoenicia can be assimilated. If I could make Judaism the state religion, that'd be cool. Katara, Europa can be assimilated. Kilikia. Oh, we're all out. Alright. Alright. Can we move some people on in? Hellenic Romans. Any Hellenic Romans willing to move on in? Three. 80% Roman, 20% Hellenic. Acidic. Interesting. We pretty much have all of Gaul now. Yeah, we have pretty much all of Gaul. So we can go ahead and gradually just integrate or assimilate all of these places. Okay. So that's good. I don't know how much we want to build anything at all. Yeah, let's not build anything. Makes everything easier, much more simple. Maybe we can increase the size of the navy. Nah, I'm not wasting my time on that. We already have a huge navy. We're basically pretty much the largest navy on Earth. 614 ships to our 809. Yeah. Sort by number of ships. Yeah, we have the largest navy on Earth. Government. No objectives that anybody has. Everybody seems to be happy. 519 a month. That's down a bit. Let's invoke the divine, because we can. Melkart. Yeah, but I want to decrease war exhaustion. There's Baal. Tyr. Gad. Dictaean Zeus. Reduces tyranny. Okay. Book of Orpheus. We got Colossi of the Pharaohs. Enormous stone colossi were originally built during the reign of Ramses II or Seti I and could have been intended to be worshipped as part of a royal cult. Today remind us of the great authority of now lost Egyptian pharaohs. Tomb of Romulus. Helmet of Alexander. History of Alexander, head of Amenhotep III. This colossal quartz head must have been attached to a great quartz statue and it originated in the mortuary temple of Amenhotep III at Luxor. Nonetheless, the head alone still commands the reverence of many who see it. Obelisk of Tutmos, armor of Alexander, partition of Triparadisos. After the initial hostilities in the wars of Alexander's generals, a division was made of all the lands in the empire. This treaty named Antipater the region of the empire and gives each of the still living generals a different part of the empire to govern. This division proved fleeting. Most of its participants are now long dead, and all that now remains of the legacy of Triparadisos is... what? Lantern Wolf Statuette. Man, we have all of this. Gold idol of Gakim. This idol is one of a pair of idols of the two deities Ga and Gakim. It is said the two were fertility deities and fate spinners, and both idols have been the focus of religious cults. The beautiful gold idol is worth a fortune in its own right. Man, it's incredible what treasures we have. Let's see. Armenian, Boyan, Meroitic, Aquitani, Carpatanian, Isaurian, Pisidian, Bastarnae. That's new. It's found a colony. The arrival of Roman settlers has hardly endeared the local population to us, but the foundation of a colony in this area is without a doubt the best way to exert control here in the long run. Soon even the local Bastar and inhabitants will see how our city will prosper and surpass any previous settlements they may have had in this area before the land was confiscated. Oh, they're up there. Chthonic. Okay. And we can raise all our levies. Let's talk about diplomacy. They're at war. Who has the best opinion of us? Tribal vassal status. Let's improve their opinion. Swabia. Macedonia. So what is this? Okay. Yeah, let's impress. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, that won't do anything. Okay. Do a martial advance. Did we unlock everything? Absolutely everything is unlocked in the martial advances. Oh, come on. Don't be telling me I've gotten that far in the game. Yeah, I've unlocked everything. Mercenary Alliance. I'm not doing that. Okay, what's the most basic elemental thing? Formalized dependencies, subject opinion of us. National seal. By awarding our seal to those who speak in our name, we avoid any questions of authenticity. Improve opinion maximum plus 10%. Cool. Let's do that. Characters. Nobody's imprisoned. Okay. abundant produce. The provincial officials of Caria Inferioris report that the district has seen an unprecedented harvest this year, with great jubilations for a series being held in settlements large and small. They could be Cares. These extra unexpected revenues could help bolster the food reserves of the province, but then again, such a gift from the gods is surely intended to benefit the entire Roman people. Let's go ahead and keep it there. Okay, let's do another civic advance. What's the deepest penetrating advance we can do other than public slavery? It may be time that we have to do public slavery. Okay. Public slavery. Slaves owned by the state were championed by various regimes. In Rome, a servus publicus would perform one of a number of civic duties ranging from basic servile tasks to menial bureaucratic work. National slave output plus 3%. Religious assimilation. Well, I wish I had gotten that earlier. Now, can I make a puppet out of... Oh, they're at war. With who? Oh, with Egypt, of course. What the? How are they getting down there? Nope. Still no. Yeah, they're at war. Oh, they're at war, of course. Parthia. Send a gift. See if we can go ahead and make them a client. Let's see. Yeah, we're not doing anything there. Okay. I should have known they were not gonna, they were just gonna reject it. Another con man. He died. Ugh. There we go. Coming of the city of Hippo Zarutus. Okay. Our extension of new privileges and investments into the local infrastructure has seen Hippo Zarutus go from a relative humility into a mature Roman city. While it still has some way to go before it can rival the great cities of our age, the past 2 years have ushered in a new era of growth and urbanization in this territory. And the coming of the city of Oyaso, which is the same thing. means that we can get these objectives done. Thapsus, the metropolis. Anyone would concede that Thapsus is a great city, even one of the larger and more imposing that this region has ever seen. We must further patronize this growing community, and foster it into the metropolis it is meant to be. Strengthen Thapsus as the capital of Africa. Thapsus is the seat of power and the location of our high representatives. We must strengthen the city both as a defensive position and its role as the center of law and authority. Port markets. We need a fort here. Two markets in each port. Province is importing horses. With the long-term supply of fodder secured, there are now some that argue that Polbite would make the ideal location for breeding horses for our armies. This would require quite an investment, but could pay off in the long run. Shipyards of Carthage cannot be complete. Okay. Regimental City. We're just waiting for that to complete. Just need to get a fort there. Okay. Crisis in Parthia. The recent death of the Parthian ruler has caused a great deal of political disturbance in the country. Eager to take advantage of the situation, numerous lackeys, pretenders, and legitimate claimants to the throne have risen up to bear arms against their newly crowned Artuntes the First, Arsakid. If you were to clip something, it would be my stumbling over that. As the nation of Parthia is of interest to us, it might be that we can exert certain influence over the rowdy pretenders in the hope of plunging their nation to further turmoil. Strongmen of Africa. The ongoing strengthening of our authority in Thapsus seems to have upset quite a few local strongmen in Africa. In name, they have all sworn their allegiance to the Republic, but with stone being added on stone for the local fortifications, with a growing cadre of local bureaucrats to support our governor, there is worry in their ranks. We could likely lessen the perceived threat of our more present authority if we invited some local potentates to settle in the city and take part in the institutions we are building. Let's do that. Let's inspire disloyalty and make friends with them. Trade influx. Our trade agreement with Swabia has yielded a splendid return on investment, along with the flow of wealth between our two states. The movement of people is accelerating. Our city, Tamasidawa, has been blessed with a wave of fresh migrants who believe that they stand a better chance of building their lives in Rome. Who are we to deny them? Let's not do that. Let's get the tiger. 6 gold. Of all the ways of making friends, a gift is perhaps both the oldest and simplest. In the board of politics, while shared generously and unconditionally, has more influence than kind words or affection. How much is the friendship of Megabuizus Araskid worth? State his deep pockets. Let's give it to him. Friendship with Megabuizus. Our efforts to encourage a friendship between Proclus and Megabuizus Araskid have paid off. Naturally. Okay, I have an invention. Civic, we already got all of our martial. Permanent ambassadors. By permanently employing those with silken tongues to speak on our behalf, we can soothe our neighbors far better than before. Improve opinion maximum plus 10%. Nice. Let's hold the Olympic Games. Cadastral survey. As part of the strengthening of the governor's office in Thapsus, a great number of local officials have been sent out to measure, document, and assess all land in Africa. As always, when such a survey is undertaken, it can become clear how local records have been outdated or even manipulated to a large degree. As a reaction to this, it turns out that Faustus Boius Dolabella, whose family owns land in the region, has now petitioned us to exempt some specific pieces of land from this examination. Let's go ahead and not have that corruption. We need a governor over here. From that scorned family. Okay, maritime trade has been the livelihood of the people in Carthage for generations. With the right encouragement, we can make this grow into a wealthy urban area. Port markets. Just got to build markets there. Cadastral survey finished. Whether because there are no actual foul play or because the Boyus family has also managed to bribe our officials, we cannot be sure. But the survey we undertook in Africa has not turned up any greater problems with ownership of land or other assets. It is true that the Boyus family owns much property in the region, but none of it is suspect according to our scribes. The 327th Olympic Games conclude. The Great Olympic Games have come to an end with much rejoicing and celebration. The highlight of this year's games was during the stadion, the most ancient and revered of foot races. Polygonatos of Macedon, in last place for the majority of the race, stole the victory by mere moments after Vasak of the Seleucid Empire tripped and fell, causing all the athletes behind him to join him on the floor. Overall, the victor was declared to be Diodotos Aratid of Egypt, a first-time winner of the Olympics, whose brawn, virility, and Heraclean vigor are beyond compare, and now he will go down in the annals of history as a champion of the Olympiad. Very nice. Okay. The city of Thapsus has grown into an increasingly thriving center of authority. A great number of loyal soldiers already live and work here, and the city itself would make an ideal center for our military might in the region. Let's do that. Growth of Thapsus. Need port markets first. Okay, we're just waiting for the port markets to finish. Let's do all. for that market to build. Sweet, that was quick. By expanding the commercial districts in Carthage, we can greatly expand its role as a major center for overseas trade. Great. Shipyards of Carthage. The port of Carthage would make a perfect naval base and center for ship production in Africa if we are willing to provide the necessary support. Construct flagship. We should make use of our expanded port and shipyards to construct a series of flagships, giant vessels that will be the pride of our navy and that would allow us to project power overseas more efficiently. Garth of Thapsus now has all that it is needed for it to be the center of Roman power that we desire. The only thing that is now still needed is an improvement of sanitation and the central food storage. The elite of Africa. By strengthening our authority in Thapsus and showing local society in Africa that our state is both powerful and willing to reward those that serve us, we have inspired a generation of new men, persons of ability that now seek out opportunities to serve their country, hoping to win themselves wealth and influence. Let's get our navy over to here. Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle of Delphi has been the rise and fall of many legendary heroes. Ill tidings arrive from the Oracle with a messenger, bearing news of the bad times to come unless Rome is to get a new leader. Nobles of our society start looking at Proculus with skeptical eyes, as the Oracle herself has said he is ill-befitting a leader. Maybe it is time to change our leadership? Okay, let's hold the ceremony. Divine response. The ceremony to appease the gods continued for several days until finally we got the response we were hoping for. It seems Apollo has been appeased by our actions and has intervened on behalf of Proculus to make sure he will continue ruling in the light of the gods. This is good news. We need a governor from that scorned family. Which is this person? Alright. That's the best strategy. And this is now finished. We finished the growth of Africa. Stabilize and grow Celtica. Let's do the matter of Moesia. Our fortunes await in foreign lands. The Moesia region has been considered part of our borders, yet much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought under our influence one way or another. This mission will be considered complete when the entire region of Moesia is under Roman influence. Triumph in Moesia. Consult the Senate. Where is Moesia? I don't even know where Moesia is. Moesia. So it's that entire region. The province of Malwensis. Malwensis, where is Malwensis? should we stick it? Let's put a city here. There's no free building slots in the province of Malwensis. What's the population like? We need assimilation more so. So let's build a marketplace here. Supply Malwensis. We'll wait until the others are done. We are consulting the Senate. Popularity's agenda ending the career of Antia Prima. The populares have been convinced that Antia Prima is abusing her position for personal gain, a story pushed by Enkilia Secunda. Now they are demanding her immediate return to Roma and end of her spell in office. Let's do that. Armenia needs a governor. Who's from that family but not corrupt. Damn it, I just want to be able to do things without 5,000 pop-ups. Okay, that's scorned family. Gradually consulting the Senate. Touched by Mercury, Gallium has seen a huge influx of traders and travelers from far and wide recently. One of our advisors jokingly suggests that we have been blessed by Mercury himself. It might have been a joke, but paying our dues to the god might be a good idea nonetheless. It could only be a boost in long-term business, right? Let's do that. We are consulting with the Senate. The Senate speaks. Rhetoric and debate have raged for a full year. The Senate of Rome has reached a final stance in the matter of Moesia. Drawing a sharp breath, the herald recites, "Protect the weak of Moesia." We're now just waiting for that territory to get a city. Plea for asylum. Adedumarus Audaxus, wearied and bedraggled, comes before our Senate, seeking protection from the schemes and plots of Lucia. Our advisors inform us that this man is a sibling to the Lucia ruler and would have been eminently in line to the throne. Many opportunities present themselves for making a statement. He's a valuable asset. Let's keep him. Petition. The wealthier residents of Lusinium have sent a formal petition on behalf of the entire province, complaining about the harsh ways of their governor, Boyutertia. It seems their taxation policy is causing quite a furor amongst landowners who are having to work their slaves to the bone in order to meet tax quotas. It's certainly unusual for our subjects to complain in such a matter. Perhaps we ought to consider their arguments carefully. Remove the miser. Man, they're really taking out Egypt. So we need a governor for Illyria, who's from that scorned family, who's not corrupt. We'll pick this proud individual here. That's now a city. We can settle this place. So now we need to develop it wherever it is. Man, that's one small, tiny little city. Cool to see the individual buildings fit the landscape. So, what are they looking like? I don't know. 100% Hellenic, 100% Roman. Let's go. Tap dance like this. Go. This place needs a governor from that scorned family who is not corrupt. We'll do Serator. There we go. Get the feeling that they conquered. Yes, this is what the Olympics. So Seleucidia. The Seleucids are doing a good job against Egypt. Yeah, we don't want that. Sure. Raetia needs a governor from that scorned family. Do them. The stadium is deserted. Tools of the establishment. The victory of known populist Proclus in the consular election was always going to be a source of great consternation among the more traditional factions of the Senate. It has become clear that the domination of co-consul Spurius Sulpicius was in fact a shrewd maneuver ensured by these oligarchs to tie the populace's hands while in government. Naturally, Proclus is not best pleased nor willing to allow Spurius, who he has run up against previously in his political career, to get in his way. One of the first motions proposed by Proclus is a moderate and carefully reasoned bill, ensuring that deserving veterans are granted land upon completing their service. In a childish attempt to block the legislation, almost half the Senate House stand and leave the house, attempting to prevent the bill from being heard. Let's work towards a compromise. Progress in the Senate. After several long and tiring committee sessions, Consul Proclus and co-consul Spurius have come to an agreement and hammered out a bill which, while far from the wide-ranging legislation promised to the people, will be accepted by the conservative factions in the Senate. This is sure to disappoint the populists' supporters, particularly the military veterans, but as they say, politics is the art of compromise. That's what I have to do for now. So now we can develop this place, and we just need to supply it. Grain, vegetables, salt, fish, and livestock. What's the population like? Freemen. 40% freemen. So what pleases freemen? Salt, fish, livestock, vegetables, and grain. Salt, fish, livestock, vegetables, and grain. Let's import salt. So we can finish that. We have just finished the matter of Moesia. Let's stabilize and grow Celtica. Celtica is a governorship under our control, but it is also far from the culture and traditions of our capital. We should develop this region, encourage migration of loyal citizens of our own culture into the region to create a core of loyal subjects here. Compilation criteria. This mission will deal with developing the region of Celtica. This will include the fruits of this place. Imbaria is one of the more fertile provinces of Celtica. With the right support, its farms could feed the entire region. Okay. No Geomagus. So we're trying to grow Celtica. Metropolis status. City status. Gotta make this settlement of Lutetia has experiencing severe growth pains. If given the right rigith support, it could likely become a thriving city in this area. Lutetia is an important city, but its loyalty is at times in question. We should spread our own culture and language among the citizens of Lutetia and make them feel properly a part of the country. Okay, so need to be a metropolis. Roman settlement. Granary. Agwe Sexte, where is that? They need to have city status. training camps. And then a court of law. I will keep that. Let's see. %, Hellenic, 25% Roman. Let's get rid of the Great Temple and build a court of law there. Okay, and that should do that. So now we're just waiting on these cities and metropolises. Freedmen from Bicurdium. Large group of freedmen have left the settlement of Bicurdium, Baluconia in Suabia to come settle in our settlement of Opitergium, Venetia. The more manpower could do us good. The men and women of Suabia are known for their wild antics and could cause issues. We should make sure we can handle the new settlers if we are to accept their wish to settle in Opitergium. Let's send them back. Need a governor over here from that pissed off family. Oh, Celtica, the place we're working on needs a governor. Do Antia Prima. We have an omen that we can call down. Let's call in Alexander the Great. Heraclean path. Samothrake has seen a huge influx of visitors lately, and their reputation for being one of the cities Hercules passed through on his way to Eurystheus, back from Eurythea. Though it is impossible to say if he truly passed through the city or not, the stories have flourished lately. This is a prime opportunity to build upon the myth, to honor the hero, and increase the potential commerce in Samothrake. Let's increase the local tax. We don't want to lose stability. Let's do that. waiting on these places to become cities and metropolises. Nice. So Scuthia needs a governor. Let's give him the most experienced one. Okay. Anyone would concede that this place is a great city. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do Roman settlement. Granary of Celtica. We need 2 granary buildings there. Okay. A new life. The promotion of Magus as a Roman something has not only made it attractive to Roman have begun to prepare for a new life in the growing city of Magus. Damn. Granary of Celtica, let's do that. But yeah, we want to assimilate the region to Roman, so soldiers settle down. Our Roman settlement policy in Magus has attracted the attention, especially among some classes of soldiers in our army. Making use of the promise of free land, they've arrived in Magus, seeking to make a new life for themselves and their families. And we get some Roman freemen. Excellent. So we need a governor from that scorned family. It'll be you. Seems there's a war going on up here. Coming of this place, the coming of Magus. Never before has the street of Magus been as clear and its gardens so well kept. The brick forum and temples now make it immediately apparent that this is not just a city, but also the very center of a great power and urban expression of splendor and wealth. Marvelous. Regimental city and growth. The elites of Celtica, by strengthening our authority, yeah, we now have all those people. We can finish this mission. The matter of Wenedia. Our fortunes wait in foreign lands. The Wenedia region. Let's do this. Let's consult the Senate. Defend Chatia. Owns 3 or more territories in the province of Chatia with fort buildings. Of which we only have 1. So what's the 1 out of 1 thing that we can... Oh, it's the wonder. Okay. Provincial legation. Slave estate. Let's demolish that and build a fort. Control of Rugia. Making gains into Wenedia. Dominant religion. Or a subject of Rome. Let's see. Rugia. Where's their subject? Conquer Lugia. Let's fabricate a claim on here. Do this person. Let's hold the Olympics. Well, I hear my housemate right now, so I don't want to go ahead and talk too much. So. Frustrate my housemates by talking too much, sorry. That's a lot. Damn, I didn't know we had that many. Drop off over here. Marvelous. Beautiful. Shouldn't have done that. We should have picked somebody from that family. There we go. It's also a new decade. What's going on over here? Yeah. Elysia Germanica. At least I have a viewer. Capitalist. And for 100% co-religion. but not 100% culture. Visitus. Has directed investments. Grant holdings to the heads of families. Great. Takes forever. Sarcastic. Letter everybody loves Wibius Fabius. Blunt. Some. Come on. From the two Pontes. Narrow-minded. Tolerant. Narrow-minded and tolerant. Morna. I hate how long it takes to do this. Lucerium. Please tell me we just made it. Nope, we still have to give one more. Excuse me. So, Thera, Carius. They are now happy, okay. Can't change anything there. Let's decrease that. Now we're getting at 812. We should go ahead and build some stuff. Let's go to 50,000, okay. Marketplace here. bunch of ships. Okay. Legend, culture. Okay. Hmm. Man, this look at a little bit more of them. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Trusting, vengeful, lustful. Let's release him. Nice. Catulanus. from that family. Probably could go for 26 more minutes. Is something going on? No, okay. Let's do civic. Religious assimilation, the practice of integrating foreign beliefs into the pantheistic structure of the Roman religion, made it much easier to assimilate distrustful foreigners into the Republic. Population conversion speed plus 10%. Nice. So about 6 more months before we can go to war comfortably. We're gonna have to go ahead and insult them. Got another one. For fuck's sakes. I can't do anything in this game. Incentives. It is not enough to expect our generals to fight for the glory of our nation. We must ensure that they have the right to spoil property. Actually, I want to go to war, make myself a dictator, and rewrite the Constitution. Good relations. Rewrite the Constitution. With the Imperium, the power of our ruler has become effectively limitless. Albeit over time, we can do better than this. Enact power, enact law cost. There we go. Consultum ultimum law. Okay. War with these people. These people. These people, okay. None of them have harbors. Increase the speed. I don't know that we can take any more. has suddenly expanded. Damn. I'm surprised to see that. What's next? Reduce our aggressive expansion. Military Tribune. I use the slave. Fuck off. Okay. If we enact popularity, or is E greater or equal to 90? Okay, so that's oratory. Let's do civic. A monument to efficiency. Our overlordship must be made secure by the construction of a foreboding edifice in the name of subservience. Who then would deny our mastery? Needs access to stone. So where is... oh, stone. Okay. Slave labor traditions. In the words of an ancient Egyptian slave labor contract, I am your servant, I shall not be free. You will protect me, you will keep me safe, you will guard me, you will keep me sound, you will protect me from every demon. Slaves needed for surplus, -1. Civil efficiency, plus 20%. National slave output, plus 15%. Let's do that. having elections more often. Praetor. Yes. We need to increase our popularity. Command incentives. It is not enough to expect our generals to fight for the glory of our nation. We must ensure that they have a right to spoils property and responsibilities in the lands they conquer. Improve opinion maximum plus 20%. Original cost minus 35%. Okay, so we need to somehow increase our popularity. Console. Alice boy. Come on. Don't tell me I crashed the game or something. Sponsor games. How difficult is it? Popularity. Okay. Capable. Okay. This place needs a governor. Improving the province. Yeah, nothing to change there. going on? Okay. Research is doing ever so gradual. Where is this? Oh, it's a revolt. Okay. It's a new decade. In fact, it's a new century. 547. Damn. Okay. First off, I want to see, do we have enough popularity? Popularity is greater or equal to 90. How do we get popularity that is greater or equal to 90? Number of deified rulers. Okay. Shrewd, modest. Now let's see about converting things. Aquitania. One moment. Masada. Whoops. I think it's good enough. Okay. Now let's keep going. Celtica. This place is Antonia. Vokia. Pamphylia. Oh, we don't even have enough. Okay. Hellenic. We'll change that eventually. Venetia. Turuntia. Man, I look forward to taking all the Baltics. Picking a side. Favoritism. Triumphant Venetia. Okay. Let's lower that. Confiscation. Is revoked. Holdings. Okay. So time for some confiscation. Heads of families. I love that it's so much easier to revoke holdings. Pass law. Lex Domita de Sacerdotis. If anything, I wanted here. Okay. Religion. Dictaean Zeus. Gad. Tyr. Astarte. Sibylline. Attis. Okay. Right of intermarriage. Okay. That is that. Let's see what we can do. Offer client status. Offer client status. Marvelous. We now have a client. That is good news. wait till the 6th of February. Let's throw some money at them. Still nothing. Our popularity is still bad. Characters, missions. Just go ahead and wait until the construction is all done. Scandalous Dominus. Let's get the popularity. Colchis. Edifice of Lugia has been completed. What could use improvement? Excellent, he's at 100% popularity. Okay, why am I lagging? this person. I'll do the thing that conserves popularity. So hopefully we can convert that region. .94% popularity. So then that means we should be able to get it once we have the necessary research. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it night here. Oh, I should have opened up our multiplayer. Hold on, I need to record the date. So it is currently 5:48. Nice. Well, I could feel my right hand starting to get carpal tunnel syndrome or whatever it is. It just hurts. And I'm satisfied. We basically finished a bunch of missions, and that's really nice. My empire is expanding. Oops. My empire is expanding, which is good to see. Well, tune in next time, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can make it to the year 769 and convert over to CK2. Have a good night.